Welcome back to Subject Online. It's me again, Sabit Christopher, to take you through how we clean data using. We're going to use the four major functions. That is the split function, the flatten function, the sort, and the unique. Now, take an example. The data we're going to look at is in case you had a survey and the users have had to select more than one options. Like you can see, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 selections which were done here. There were 6, 7. So it means that at the end of the day, remember, if you have like more than 10,000 rows of this kind, and we are supposed to analyze that data, let's say arrange it, clean it, and have it in this format, have the counts, analyze it, which one is having a higher selection than the other. So how do you do that? The first thing is we are going to first split. Then after we split this, we shall see how we can stack all what has been split in all the rows you have captured, and we stack it in one column. Then it will give us now a chance to analyze it using the COUNTIF function. So I think let's start. Now, the first thing I'm going to delete this. Yep. Okay, I'm going to delete this and even delete this one. Now we start with our data. This is the data we have, the raw data survey. It is being separated by a delimiter, which may be a comma, a full stop, a semicolon, whichever name them. There are very many. So the moment you know the delimiter that is separating your data, then it is the better way. So we shall, in the next cell or column, you'll use the split function. This is equal to split. Then you select the text, which is this, and we note the delimiter. So our delimiter is a comma, so I will put it in quotes, comma, put in quotes, close. Then the next thing, it is the split by each. We are going to use the default results. We'll close the parenthesis, then enter. So this is an array. It spills in an array form. Even if you don't do the Control Shift Enter, it will spill in an array form. All of them will spill in that row. So here you'll find that all men alone, shoes, shoes again, shoes, men shoes, then clothing. So that is the splitting we have had, and you drag this one autofill down for all the others. Even if they are more than 10,000 rows, you do the same thing. You drag and it will spill through. Make sure that your columns on the right are free, such that you don't have a spill error. The moment you have something entry somewhere, then one of the items will have a spill error. So make sure that it is clean all through. So now it is up to you. You can take this and name this one maybe as a range, depending on how you need it. So I'm going to rename name this as a range. So select your range, right click, or you go to data. Then we shall go named ranges. I will name it as, that is my split data. So I'm doing the naming such that it is easy for me to capture in my calculations. Now the next thing, you see that the spill is every column, every row, every item is splitted differently, separately in an individual cell. So we need to stack all this in one column because we are going to do analysis on this data. We need to stack all this in one column. So the next thing is we are going to now use the flatten. We use the flatten function to stack, I can call it, to stack all what is spilled in different cells. I'll take an example here. So When you do equals to, no, you can do it here, equals to flatten. So it will ask for the range. That's why I named my range. So I will put my split data. This is my range. Nothing else I'm meant to put. If your range is more than this, you can adjust depending on how it is capturing. I've done it like this such that I have enough space. So when I enter this, yeah, you'll check that for the first row, this is the men's shoes clothing. Then it skips for the second row. The empty blank cells, they are these ones, are captured, let's say, from G up to K, up to L, where my range is stopping from. So like that. Now remember, you see like clothing is being repeated several times and all the other bits being repeated several times, which we don't want, and we want to neglect that. So how do you eliminate that? Is enclosing the flatten function in another function called unique. So we can start with a function called unique, or you can start with a function called sort. So whichever you start with, uh, there is no difference. So here we are going now to select out the unique, or we can first sort this. So I will do the sort. So the sort here is the range, and this is the range which we already encapsulated in the flat, which is already in flattened. So here they're asking, we sort by column. No, we don't have any column we are going to consider. It is just this column. Is ascending, we shall do default ascending, and that is. So I close my parenthesis, then enter. So you'll realize that all this data now has been sorted from A to Z, and all the other blanks you're looking at the other side, they are the last ones now. So you see we are sorting this from A up to Z, but you'll find that clothing is appearing the several times it is meant to be appearing here, of which we don't want that. That's why now we shall come and delimit this. So delimiting this, not delimiting, we are going to apply the unique function. So I will nest our function in another function called the unique function, open parenthesis. So the unique function also is range by column. Now we are using that same column, exact ones. That's fine. And I will enter. So you'll see that now every item appears uniquely, and that's exactly what we wanted, and that was our goal. Now, what is next? The next thing is, can we count all these in that range? Can we count how many times accessories is appearing, how many times all men's clothing is appearing? So to do that, we use the if count. So I'll use the if count. That is the count if. So count if the range, already we have our range as the split data, which is that. And what is our criterion? The criterion we are looking at is this item, and I will not lock this. We can leave it spill downwards, but we can lock the column. That is by pressing F4 once, or inserting a dollar sign. Here it means that I've locked the column, but the rows will be variable. So, and another thing we should know that Google Sheets these days has been updated, that it shows you that there is an autofill it detects, and I will say yes, that autofill is what I need, and I will tick this. Okay, or you can press a control enter and it will do so. In Excel, that is called flash fill, and it does the same way. So here it clearly shows you that like clothing appearing 7 times, and when you come and count clothing, you will actually find that clothing appearing the 7 times. So this is it. Already our data now is summarized. You can go ahead and do the analysis and create all the other charts, and or include your analysis in a certain dashboard. Thank you. We meet in another video.